Thank you.
Before Indiana Jones conquered the 80s, another unlikely hero swung into theaters, a romantic novelist turned accidental adventurer. But what you saw on screen was only half the story. Behind the camera, Romancing the Stone was a production on the edge in a jungle shoot filled with danger, tension, real crocodiles, and one writer's unbelievable Hollywood fairy tale. So grab your map, hold on tight, and get ready for 10 weird but true facts that will make you see Romancing the Stone in a whole new way. Let's go treasure hunting.
Alto!
Number 1. The script came from a waitress's notebook. Before Hollywood knew her name, Diane Thomas was waiting tables in Malibu. Between pouring coffee and refilling drinks, she scribbled story notes in a spiral notebook about a lonely writer who gets thrown into a wild treasure hunt. Her script, Romancing the Stone, was passed to Michael Douglas by a mutual friend. Douglas said he read it overnight and called her the next morning. "I want to make this movie." Thomas went from waitress to screenwriter in a single phone call. She made more money from that script than she had earned in her entire life, and it changed movie history.
Oh.
Okay, Joan Wilder, write us out of this one.
John Wilder? John Wilder?
Number 2. Hollywood didn't believe in it. Major studios rejected the script over and over. They thought a romantic adventure led by a woman would never sell. Executives told Douglas, "Adventure films are for men. Love stories are for women. Pick one." But Douglas believed it could be both. He mortgaged part of his production company to get the film made, betting everything on a story that blended humor, danger, and heart. That gamble paid off, and it turned him into one of the decade's biggest stars. Number 3. The jungle wasn't acting. Those lush green hills and muddy rivers weren't Hollywood backdrops. The cast and crew filmed deep in the jungles of Veracruz, Mexico, where the heat melted makeup and the insects never stopped biting. At one point, torrential rain washed away an entire set overnight. The crew had to rebuild it using local wood and tarps. Kathleen Turner later said, "We were living the movie." Everything that could go wrong did. And we just kept rolling what you see on screen, not the sweat, the dirt, the exhaustion, was all completely real.
These were Italian.
Now they're practical.
Number 4. Turner and Douglas had real tension. On screen, their chemistry sizzled. Off screen, it sometimes exploded. Turner once admitted they fought like siblings and flirted like lovers. Douglas was both actor and producer, juggling power and performance. And Turner was famously direct. Their energy created constant sparks on set, but that tension ended up being cinematic gold. Their bickering felt authentic because in many moments it was.
Whole family ever since you were born. And one more thing, Ira.
John. Yeah. Wonderful.
You are the luckiest son of a bitch that ever walked the face of the earth. She's here.
She's there.
She's right here.
Number 5. Danny DeVito's wild commute. Danny DeVito almost didn't make it into the movie. At the time, he was filming Taxi in Los Angeles and couldn't commit to weeks in Mexico. To keep him in the film, the studio arranged for him to fly in and out between episodes, sometimes shooting a single scene and flying home the same night. He later joked, "I went from driving a cab to running from crocodiles. Same stress, better scenery." DeVito's manic energy brought the film's funniest moments to life. Still watching? You've got great taste. If you love digging into the strange stories behind classic movies, hit that like button and subscribe. Because the next few facts take this jungle adventure to a whole new level, including real smugglers, fake crocodiles, and a death scene that Hollywood never forgot.
Let's make some time.
Number 6. The mudslide was 100% real. That famous scene where Joan and Jack go sliding down a muddy hill? No stunt doubles. Kathleen Turner and Michael Douglas actually plunged down a man-made slide covered in mud, fertilizer, and gauged, according to the crew, a few dead frogs. They did over a dozen takes, getting filthier each time. Turner later said, "It was the most disgusting fun I've ever had." The result, one of the most iconic moments in 80s adventure cinema.
What are we stopping for? I can't hurt my favorite beat.
Fact 7. Smugglers saved the production. When the crew's supply trucks broke down on remote jungle roads, they were stuck. No fuel, no film stock, no food. Locals warned them that the only people with vehicles in that area were businessmen of the illegal kind. With no other option, the production quietly struck a deal with real-life smugglers who helped transport equipment to the set. No one ever confirmed what was traded in return, but thanks to those mysterious drivers, the film was finished on time. In a movie about outlaws and treasure hunters, it somehow made perfect sense.
No. No. No!
Where do you think you're going, huh, pal? Come on, cough it up.
Number 8. The crocodile wasn't fake until it had to be. The film's villain famously loses his hand to a crocodile, a sequence that nearly went off the rails. They used a real crocodile for the wide shots, but it wouldn't cooperate. It snapped at handlers, chased cameras, and even escaped its cage one night, ending up in the hotel swimming pool. For safety, the team built a mechanical crocodile for close-ups, powered by a hidden crew under the set. Still, Douglas joked, "The fake one was less scary, but the real one had better timing." Number 9. Early screenings were a total disaster. When the first test audiences saw Romancing the Stone, they hated it. Viewers said it was too long, too weird, and too violent. One studio exec reportedly said, "Michael Douglas should stick to producing." But after a sharp re-edit, cutting 12 minutes, tightening the pacing, and amping up the comedy, audiences loved it. It became one of the year's biggest hits, even outperforming Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom in several markets. Hollywood went from laughing at it to copying it.
It's just beautiful. Thank you, Jack.
Number 10. It launched a whole new genre. After Romancing the Stone, studios greenlit a wave of romantic adventures, from Crocodile Dundee to The Jewel of the Nile. It proved audiences wanted heroes who could fight and fall in love. Douglas later said, "We made action romantic again, and it felt great." It also transformed his image from serious producer to leading man, a shift that shaped his entire career. Without this movie, there's no Wall Street, no Fatal Attraction, no Douglas swagger.
$375.
Cops!
Bonus fact: the writer's bittersweet ending. Just a year after Romancing the Stone's release, tragedy struck. Screenwriter Diane Thomas was killed in a car crash on the Pacific Coast Highway. She was driving a Porsche, a gift from Michael Douglas to thank her for writing the film that changed his life. She was only 39. Hollywood mourned her as one of the brightest new voices they'd ever seen. Her last unfinished project? A new Spielberg adventure script that might have made her the next big name in Hollywood. Her legacy lives on every time someone dreams of writing their way into an adventure.
Talking about. I mean, if you had any kind of manners, if you...
So, which of these facts surprised you the most? The real crocodiles? The smugglers in the jungle? Or the waitress who wrote herself into movie history? Drop your favorite in the comments. We love reading your takes. And if you crave more wild Hollywood stories like this one, hit that like and subscribe button. Because our next movie is even stranger than fiction.
I couldn't stop thinking about you. I even read one of your books.
Then you know how they all end.